Good morning, Chillie Falls with Chillie's Cruises here. A little bit still worn out from yesterday. Today, I promised an update this morning. Before we get to it, just a couple brief personal notes for all you guys that have been asking about Braticat. Braticat was pretty much back to normal as of this morning. He came in and got me up at 3:15. Bless his heart. Uh, to be fed. Now, the interesting thing, he jumped up on the bed to wake me up, which is the first time he's been able to do that for several days. So that was a good sign. So I didn't mind getting up and getting Brat the cat fed. He's back to his yowling, obnoxious self. So he could, while he's in there back in his little bed asleep in the dining room, he might make an appearance here this morning. This will be a much shorter broadcast than normal, so I don't know if he might just sleep through it. But anyway, Brat's cat is back to normal. Thank goodness. So we've gotten past that issue. Of course, I'm having trouble giving him his meds. He doesn't like that at all. And I assume that I am live. I can't see. There we go. It's spinning. So anyway, got my tablet back from out of the ball game last night. You can probably tell I've got a little sun from yesterday. It was a brutal experience. Yeah, Bonnie's on good. So hi, Bonnie. Good morning. It was hot yesterday. Man, was it hot. We were out actually in the direct hot sun for about 4 hours until it got over past the edge of the stadium. So it was hot. Got a little sun, had a great game. We would have had a fabulous game, but the Sodexo, which is actually the concessions company that I work for, they ran out of ice, and I didn't make it through halftime. I was about halfway through halftime and ran out of ice, so that killed the lemonade sales. And quite frankly, there was no sense in trying to sell funnel cakes. And we sold like 240 gallons of lemonade, fresh squeezed lemonade, and 20 funnel cakes. So once we couldn't get any ice, we were done. So I probably ended up leaving $500, $600, $700 on a table, but that's okay. It was still a great game, really good game. All right, back to the important things. I called the lead story this morning about the Port of Miami Strands Carnival Horizons the passengers. My buddy Bruce broke this last night. While I was at the ball game. I saw it when I got home, I don't know, midnight or so. And I'm not real sure, folks, who to be angry at this morning, the Port of Miami or Carnival. I've been through a hurricane situation once before. I've been out at sea an extra couple days and have to deal with getting people back home. I had a group of, I want to think for that cruise was like 33 people on the ship, and we were 2 days late getting back into New Orleans, and it was tough. So, but what happened, and this was after we had a pretty good idea that the Florida situation was improving rapidly. Yeah, folks, you're still going to get some tropical force winds. You're still going to get a lot of rain. You're going to get a lot of storm surge. Y'all aren't totally out of the woods, but it's going to be nothing like a category 4 or possibly category 5 direct hit. So we're definitely better off than we were. And we knew this by the time this decision was made yesterday. But Carnival brought the Carnival Horizon back into the Port of Miami a day early and disembarked 4,000 passengers. So now keep in mind, folks, this is 4,000 passengers that were supposed to get back to Miami today. They got back to Miami yesterday. So those 4,000 passengers have to deal with getting home, getting to their cars, escaping an approaching hurricane, even though things were looking a lot better for Miami at that point. But that's 4,000 people trying to scuttle for flights and who knows what all. Then Carnival requested the Port of Miami let them embark passengers that were supposed to sail today, last night on the ship. And the Port of Miami refused the request because the port's going to be closed today. Now, that affects 4,000 people, many of whom were in Miami the night before a cruise, so they didn't have to deal with traveling on the day of a cruise. They can't get on the ship. In the meantime, the Port of Miami won't let the Carnival Horizon stay in port because the port's closing because the storm coming in. So the Carnival Horizon sailed with nobody on it. I mean, crew and all the folks that work on it on the ship, but no passengers. So I'm not sure. Somebody dropped a ball on this one, and my thinking is it was more the Port of Miami folks, especially when we knew that things were looking better. It'd been one thing, and I probably would have sided on the side of caution if it looked like Miami was just going to get killed, but they're not. So I'm a little bit angry at both Carnival, because that's 8,000 people roughly affected, 4,000 getting off, and 4,000 we're supposed to get back on, and they don't know when the port's going to open. Port could be closed today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, because the morning update on the hurricane, there's not anything really going on that we didn't expect. There wasn't any great new little veers to the north like we had yesterday. It's bearing down on the Bahamas, the Freeport area. And it's going to be awful. It's just going to be awful for those folks. I think it's about 80 miles to the east. It's slowed down. It's down to like 8 miles an hour. It's still a category 4, 150 mile an hour winds. They're talking now. They were talking yesterday, the storm surge of 10 to 15 feet. Now they're talking 15 to 20 feet, 20-foot storm surge at Freeport and Abaco. I mean, that'll all be underwater. So that's going to be devastating for the Freeport area, and that's going to probably start happening. They'll get some of the outer bands and rains and stuff during the day today, but tonight and tomorrow and possibly into Tuesday, I feel for the people in the Bahamas. That's going to be awful. Once it clears the Freeport, now we're assuming what little bit of land it goes over is not going to knock down a whole lot of strength out of the storm. This sucker's going to turn immediately to the north and go up the coast. It's probably not going to have landfall. Even the stupid cone thing now is the only thing it's showing now in Florida, and the cone is up like around Jacksonville, just a little skim up at the top of the state. Of course, a little bit on the Georgia coast and South Carolina coast in the cone. But now the most likely landfall is like up at Cape Hatteras in North Carolina. So we're probably going to get some rain and stuff from it here at the farm too. And by the way, I will point out if there's we have any strange noises coming from the farm other than Brat the cat, some of my Florida relatives that had to evacuate down around the Stewart area, they got here about an hour ago. They're going to be staying at the farm until they get all clear to go back home, and hopefully things won't be too bad down there. But so we got relatives, 4 adults and 4 cats are visiting the farm from Florida to get out of that mess down there. I hope a lot of you guys can do the same, because even in Florida, folks, it's not going to be any fun, because it's not going to be as bad as it could have been. but you're still going to get wind and storm surge and rain, and probably rain from a lot of rain, all the way up and down the Florida coast, the Georgia coast, South Carolina coast, and we'll see if it's by, who knows what it's going to do when it gets up there to possibly come inland to Cape Hatteras or someplace up in North Carolina. Now, keep in mind, man, this sucker can change on a heartbeat. I mean, things could change in an hour. It could decide to go back toward Florida, and that throws everything back into disarray. But that's from the best guesses of minds that are much greater than mine, even though sometimes I don't think they have any common sense whatsoever. So that's about it for this morning. Again, I'm not sure whether to be angry at Carnival or at the Port of Miami, and I guess it's a little bit of both. And I'm not sure how the 4,000 people that got dumped into Miami yesterday, I'm not sure how they fared on getting out of town, because it's not a good time to be doing strange things and finding hotel rooms and just a mess. So anyway, of course, Carnival's they're going to be coughing up some money for this thing, but wow, what a thing. All right, let's see. My Bonnie and Bubba and Princess are all hunkering down. That's great. I'm hoping, Bonnie, I'm really praying about you guys that you it's not going to be as near as bad as we thought down there, and that you survive another one of these storms. So it's, again, it's going to be a tough couple of days. I don't think Florida's going to start feeling anything maybe till Tuesday now. This thing's going to be slow. The poor people in the Bahamas, this sucker is going to like almost stop and just keep dumping rain. They're talking, like Freeport's talking about 2 feet of rain and maybe a 20-foot storm surge. Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to go to Freeport here in a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping it survives till I get there. I was planning on doing some videos in Freeport, so I'll do some videos on storm recovery probably. All right, that's it for today, folks. I'll be, of course, my next regular broadcast of Travel and Cruise. And by the way, this is Travel and Cruise Industry News for September the 1st. We're into September already. Goodness gracious, that's getting too close to Christmas for me. Today is September the 1st, 2019. Again, thinking about you guys in the Bahamas. Y'all are going to start getting it some through the day today, but it's going to start getting nasty tonight and tomorrow and into Tuesday probably. Be safe. Heed the warnings of all the local folks, and you guys just us folks up here we're sure thinking about you guys down there. That's thinking about you. I hope everybody has a lovely holiday tomorrow. So happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to you. Back to you, Bonnie. I hope all you guys have the best of a possible holiday weekend. Enjoy it, especially if you're out of harm's way for now. And of course, even if you're in harm's way, you've got maybe have a day or today and tomorrow to enjoy the good weather before all hell breaks loose. So anyway, my next regular scheduled broadcast is on Tuesday morning. I'll be pretty much around here today and tomorrow. I've got to go back over to Liberty and do things like getting all my dirty dishes out and getting stuff home for cleaning purposes, because we can't do it on the spot, and I can't take stuff out after the games because of all the security protocols in place now. So we've got some things to work on to change at Liberty before the next game in 2 weeks, but Oh no, it was a great day for me yesterday. I'm glad to see that on the agenda. We'll keep you updated if anything major happens. I've got a whole bunch of stuff now to get caught up since I got through last night. Um, so hopefully you'll be seeing some videos up here the next couple days also, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And if nothing major happens, which is not likely, it's going to go till Tuesday, but I'll probably see you sometime before Tuesday morning. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great holiday weekend. This is Chillie with Chillie's Cruises. Later, y'all.